A Black History Month art exhibit at the Holtzman Gallery in Margate brought together a diverse collection of African American artists who talked about their work and how it reflects today's world.
My name is Kelly Freebard. I'm a self-taught artist born and raised in Atlantic City. I have been painting for about 10 years now, and I use my art as a vehicle for social justice and change. My artwork is influenced by great artists like Jacob Lawrence from the Black Arts Movement from the 1960s, and also current artists like Kara Walker and Kehinde Wiley. These types of artists, they use their artwork not just for social appeal or for commercial appeal, but for political social justice and change. So that's kind of what my influence is for my artwork. I want to constantly use my work as a facilitator for change in the world that we live in today. Through my artwork, I like to challenge long-held beliefs related to gender, race, and beauty standards in our society. So a lot of my pieces focus on history, feminism, social inequality, as well as just the Black experience as a whole. A lot of my works are very figurative because I feel like we connect to each other on a human level when we see the physical expression of the body. In this world that we live in, the racial tension that we sometimes see, it does deeply affect the work that I do. I think as all artists, our experiences reflects in the work that we do. And as a person of color, I think the heaviness of race is a very heavy load to bear, so it can't help but come through the art that we create. So all these political movements, the Black Lives Matter movement and movements like it, have really inspired me to be a person of an advocate for social change. What I do now, like before when I did art, it was more about playing with colors and conceptual concepts, but now art has become my vehicle to tell a story, to find healing for myself, and hopefully find healing for other people through the work that I do.
I'm John Morris. I'm an artist out of South Jersey area, co-owner of Blackhead Customs. I specialize in all forms of art. I do murals, paintings, clothing, you name it, I do it. A lot of my inspiration comes from actually other artists that are, I guess, not here anymore. Andy Warhol, Jean-Michel Basquiat, Keith Haring, a lot of artists, I guess, that we idolize in a sense. That's where I draw my inspiration from. I've always enjoyed creating faces. A lot of the paintings that I do are of people that are in pop culture, I guess you can say. But some of the faces that you will see at the show are just images of faces that I created on my own. I don't necessarily take an image from, a photo, actually just create them out of my own head. And I've always enjoyed drawing faces, just something about them that I like. The racial tension that we sometimes see in the media, I don't let it affect my art at all, honestly, because my art comes from a different place. I like to be happy when I do my art. I think there's a lot of frustration that comes with, focusing on the negative things that are going on in the media that we don't really have control over. It's just years and years of suffering and oppression that has been going on forever. I mean, I try not to focus on that and let my art be what I want it to be. My favorite painting out of the paintings that you will see at the event would be the Kendrick Lamar piece right here. A lot of energy from his last album that came out was put into this piece. I literally played the album over and over again for about 3 hours until I was done the piece, and it was just his message, I guess, moved me to create, as music does for me.
My name is Nastasia Davis. I am from Atlantic City. I create fine art conceptual portraits, and I use myself as the subject. Oftentimes, I want to portray certain characters in my images, and I use a variety of themes to portray that? Well, when I started, I was very much influenced by the work of Carrie Mae Weems, Cindy Sherman, Frida Kahlo, who is a painter. These artists use themselves in their own artwork. And I was inspired to use myself in my pictures because I did not have a model to work with immediately, and I felt that using my own self, I could have easy and quick access to. So if I wanted to get out a concept about love or excitement or rebirthing or anything that I wanted to talk about in a picture, I would be able to use myself. And I felt that I knew myself the best, and I would be the best subject to get that idea out. It no longer is about me. I actually disappear in the pictures. I no longer see Nastasia Davis anymore. I just see the concept that I am trying to portray. The racial tension that we see today affects me deeply. I may not always talk about it in my artwork, but I know from just the way that I feel when I hear about police brutality going on and, just a lot of these things happening, I get extremely sad about it. It really affects me. As Nina Simone once said, who is one of my favorite artists, an artist's duty is to reflect the times. So I feel that a true artist who is in tune to things that are going on around them should talk about these things in their artworks.